Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. If this is your first time here, hello. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Dana, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a new drugstore foundation slash tinted serum launch. So this I found on Ulta the other day. I instantly placed a pickup order, scooped it up, and that's why we're sitting here today. So this is from Loreal. It's their True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. It says it has 1% pure hyaluronic acid. It comes in 10 shades. You can find it for anywhere from $14.99 to $19.99. I got it for $19.99 at Ulta because Target didn't have it available for me yet, but don't forget, you can always clip the $3.50 off of $15 coupon on the Ulta app. I grabbed the shade 4 to 5 medium. Let me just quickly go through the description that L'Oreal gave this. It says True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum is the first tinted serum with 1% hyaluronic acid. Instantly, skin looks brighter, even, and feels hydrated. Our tinted serum is expertly formulated with hyaluronic acid, known to give skin a hydrated and smooth feel over time. The main appeal of this product to me was I'm definitely a sucker when it comes to the whole hyaluronic acid advertisement. And I've mentioned this before, but that seems to be like the key thing that so many skincare brands and makeup brands are using these days. We're all about moisture, hydration. So like I see hyaluronic acid, I'm like, yeah, I'm a fall for that too. So one, that pulled me in. And then two, I was thinking maybe this could be a dupe for one of my all-time favorite skin serums. This is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. This has niacinamide, squalane, and hyaluronic acid. If you are curious, my shade in this is ST11. One other product that I just wanted to quickly note, right whenever I picked this up, the actual product inside reminded me so much of the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation and skincare. This is the Waterlight Medium Coverage Waterlight Medium Coverage Natural Radiant Finish. Got a wee bit excited there. Let's go ahead and get into the actual demo now. For my preferred method, I am going to start off with my hands. So let's just do maybe like two to three drops first. Let's go ahead and start off on this side where I have more freckles and sunspots. And I don't know why I went in with my left hand. Okay, let's switch hands. Begin patting this in. I didn't go in with any sort of smoothing primer or anything like that. I just went in with a moisturizing one. It was just the Jouer Moisture Primer. That is very light coverage. I am gonna go ahead and apply a second layer because all that pretty much already absorbed. Let's go ahead and pat this in first. I wanna see if I just go in with a layer first and kind of tap it and then let it sit for a second, just like how I would with like a concealer, and then rub it in to see if I get any more sort of additional coverage. I don't see it on my skin, but on my hands, I'm kind of getting a little bit of pilling, but I don't see any actual pilling on my face. Okay, so this is like very, very minimal coverage. So now on this side, I'm just gonna go ahead and squirt some right onto my face, and let's try sponge, and then, or should we do a brush first? Let's do a sponge. I'm sure a sponge will soak most of this up, but just to see, because I personally love applying things with sponges. Okay, coverage-wise, honestly, I feel like it looks exactly the same as when I use my fingers. So now here on the bottom half, we're gonna go in with a tiny bit of the product again, and then this time I'm going to be using the ColourPop F15, and then we'll begin pressing it in with the brush. Honestly, I'm not really seeing a difference in the level of coverage between three of these products. So I guess it really just kind of depends on which method you prefer the most. I really didn't like how I could feel the pilling on my hands when rubbing it in. And honestly, as you rub it in with your hands, it kind of just soaks in right away that it just starts to feel like you're rubbing dry skin. It doesn't stay as liquidy and just like serum and moisturized feeling as the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. So right off the bat, I can tell you this is much more of a natural finish in comparison to the Ilia thing, which might be a better option for many people, because I know people who have tried this, they were like, oh, like it's pretty, but it's almost too dewy for me. But there's also more coverage with the Ilia Skin Tint. I'm thinking with the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, since that one is just way glossier on the skin, it feels much more hydrating and it just has more of a spreadability factor versus the L'Oreal one. Okay, this product is already getting so messy. Do you see how everything is just like running off on the sides? I'm just gonna try to take that excess. Whoa, and that may have been a lot, I don't know, but I hate when there's product leaking off the side. There's not like a rubber seam around the edge, so you really have to watch how you're placing it in because so much of the product still lays on the actual vial of the dropper. If you just scrape it in, like, product is gonna ooze everywhere. Honestly, I thought this was gonna feel even more hydrating on the skin with having hyaluronic acid. I mean, my skin doesn't feel dry or dehydrated by any means, but it doesn't really feel like I went in with any extra layer of moisture, in my opinion. I still much prefer the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, but that product is also much more expensive, but I would not say that they are dupes at all. This does have buildable coverage though, because as you can see, that sunspot is starting to lighten up a bit, and I just feel like the redness has definitely toned down some, and it just looks like I have more of an even skin tone now. Here is my skin up close. It doesn't look bad, but I guess I was just expecting so much more. I will say it's doing a good job of not like clinging on to any dry patches. This ended up being about like, what, 2.5 to almost 3 layers. It does have a very nice lightweight feel on the skin. It's dried down completely to where honestly I wouldn't find the need to go in with any sort of powder except for probably like on my under eyes. Those are just areas that I typically set, but everywhere else does feel pretty good. I do find that I'm able to get more coverage out of the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, not too much more, but I am able to build it up quicker in 3 layers versus what I got out of the 3 layers of the L'Oreal True Match. And when it comes to the finish, this is just so dewy and glossy and glowy. It's so beautiful, but not everyone likes that. I've heard a few people review this foundation who also have like normal to dry skin who found this to be way too dewy. So if that's the case for you, then this may be a better route. Plus, this is definitely much more friendly on the wallet, but we'll see how this goes with wear time. Now let me go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup so you can see how everything looks on top. So just a few quick thoughts before I come back in with my final check-in. I'm not in love with it. It's not even that I dislike it. I just think the price point makes it less appealing to me, which is so snotty because why am I okay with paying $40-something for this? Maybe because I love the overall finish, the texture, everything on my skin. But I guess because it's L'Oreal and it was $19.99, I have other products from the drugstore that I think look way better on my skin. For instance, that was very dramatic. My Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. That stuff is $6.99 and I absolutely adore it. I feel like I love my makeup every single time that I apply it. I love the glow that I have. I love the finish. I love the coverage. Even like the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. That one is $4.99. It doesn't have the same sort of texture as this, but it's still lightweight on the skin and leaves my skin with a natural sort of finish. I would reach for that before I reached for this. I was just so excited to get my hands on this because the way that it looked in the bottle, and I was just hoping maybe it was going to be a more affordable option to the Ilia one. But I mean, nowhere in L'Oreal's description was it claiming to be a dupe of this. It was just the first product that came in my mind when I saw the product. But the other product that I had mentioned on earlier in the video was the IT Cosmetics foundation. These two are definitely more alike. The actual formula of this is just, I mean, like ever so slightly thicker than the L'Oreal one. These may be, I mean, pretty darn close dupes. Maybe not like twins, but siblings or cousins. We'll do a side-by-side of these on IG stories later this week. If you haven't been following along over there, I've been trying to hunt down the best waterproof drugstore mascara. One other drugstore product that I've been loving and actually was a pretty close dupe to another high-end product. I've tried to find so many dupes to the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and this is the closest product that I found. Honestly, I've been reaching for this more than the Flawless Filter now, and I think this was $12.99. I don't like to use it as an all-over base makeup. I just use it the same way that I use my Charlotte Tilbury one. I'll apply it under makeup and on top of makeup just as my highlighter. It is the highlighter that I have on today. I did apply a tiny bit of powder highlighter on top though, but even on its own, this is beautiful. So if you have been curious about Hollywood Flawless Filter, but you don't want to pay that price tag, don't. Pay $12 and try the Maybelline one. Okay, now for real this time, I'll see you in a few. All right, so here we are, which I don't think I even showed you the time earlier. It's 8:17 now, so we're close to like the 7-hour mark of wear time, and I am actually very impressed by the wear time of this foundation. I am getting creasy and crusty like in areas that I typically do. For instance, the sides of my nose right here, just the way that the product has kind of gathered. But where I have to say that I'm very impressed is right here, this lower jaw area. I mention this all the time in like any sort of foundation video. That's the area where my makeup tends to wear off the quickest just because, you know, sitting like this or my phone on my face or just, I don't know, my face just likes to eat the makeup right there. I didn't go in with any setting powder right here. and that still looks really great. So if the IT Cosmetics foundation has been on your radar at any point in time, I think you'd be just as happy with the L'Oreal one. But the price tag at the drugstore still just frustrates me. $14.99 to $19.99. I just feel like there's other drugstore foundations that look just as nice for cheaper. For instance, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear, fresh wear, I think. I actually prefer that one over this one, but if you're just looking for something new to try out and the points that I pointed out sound appealing to you, then I mean, why not? If you are curious about any other skin tints or tinted moisturizers at the drugstore, I've shouted out this video several times, but I did do a roundup with I think like 5 to 7 different tinted moisturizers. I'll be sure to link that up above. But honestly, I just don't think it's worth the price tag. It's nice, but I find that I have other drugstore foundations that perform the same or better for cheaper. I don't love it. I don't dislike it. It just doesn't do anything magical enough to be $19.99 at the drugstore. So there you have it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. It helps me and my channel out. If there's any other drugstore launches or high-end launches that you would like to see me review, definitely leave those down in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.